So I'm just getting ready to head off to my job. And I've just made myself a little salad just from that tub of salad that I've had in the fridge for a couple of days. Another tin of sardines and tomato sauce. I really enjoyed them yesterday. A bunch of seeds and some lemon juice. And I'm going to try sassy on a bit of the sardines. My old cat used to love them. I don't really eat tinned fish very much. But I figure at the moment it's probably just a really handy source of protein. And I've got a feeling that whole can was 1.8 grams of carbs, which I'll take that. About to do breakfast, so there's my waffles. And I'm going to have fried egg again on them because I cannot get enough of that fried egg on waffle. It's making the most perfect breakfast. Also going to make a coffee and a cold brew coffee to take with me. And then I think I'm ready to go. So look, I've scored another double yoker. I am very excited about that. I'm such a kid, I know. Do you remember I was saying about how to tell if an egg is fresh? And you see how the white in the middle is like really puffed up and sitting proud of the pan? So that's a good sign that you've got a really fresh egg. Where if you crack your egg and it all just spreads out into a big puddle and fills the whole pan up with white, then it's just a little bit older. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not going to make you poorly. You don't need to throw them away. But you might just want to use those ones, I don't know, in baking. They're not going to make the best fried egg. They're going to make a terrible poached egg unless you use those little poaching pods. It's a very happy little sight, isn't it? And there's my half a waffle, and there's my coffee. Oh, and there's my Myrtle. Bless her. Alrighty, we are ready to rumble. Unfortunately, I've got no way of rigging a phone or camera up in a car to do any driving footage because there's some beautiful roads we're about to drive down. But unfortunately, you're just going to have to imagine those roads because I can't actually safely show them to you whilst driving. So it's a 25-mile trip, so I'll see you in a mo. So I'm just at my friend's house to deliver her gift. And look what my mum made her. It's a little succulent garden. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that was lovely seeing my friend. That was really nice. We sat and chatted for an hour, so it's now like 10:30 in the morning, so I need to get a wriggle on and get into work. I need to go and check the payment machine. It's not covered over, which makes me think that the hospital is still charging for parking. Can you even believe that? Not sure how much footage I can get inside the hospital. It's probably highly frowned upon to actually record video inside the hospital, so I might just catch up with you afterwards. But if I can sneak a little cheeky bit of footage of anything that's even vaguely interesting but doesn't involve any other human, then I will. But yeah, don't hold your breath. Alrighty, those boxes I just showed you, there were 12 of them. They were full of notes. It's taken me hours and hours and hours to rifle through all of them, but I'm finished, I'm done. I obviously couldn't record anything else in there. It was all a little bit inappropriate, but in other news, it was really nice to human with other humans. It was good. But as you can probably tell, I am baking. The sun is out. I had boots on. I'm very, very hot. So luckily, I kind of thought this might happen, so I brought some flip-flops so I can at least cool down a little bit. But now I need to go to a supermarket, and I'm also going to take you to a very interesting kind of warehouse store that I occasionally go to in Plymouth. Actually, let me tell you about it now. It's called Rogers, and it sells food that is past or close to its best before date, so it's heavily discounted. You get some real bargains there if you don't mind that you might be getting mayonnaise that the best before date was 2 months ago or whatever. As far as I'm concerned, mayonnaise is going to be absolutely fine in an unsealed jar. So they don't always have a lot of foods that I choose to buy or eat. It's mostly heavily processed foods in there. Loads of crisps and snack bars, protein shakes or protein powders, tons of drinks, sugary drinks, tonic waters, all that kind of thing. So there's not often very much for me to get, but when there is stuff there for me, it's just such good value, and I just kind of lay it down in the pantry and forget about it. So actually let's head off there first, and then we'll hit the supermarket afterwards when we know what we've managed to pick up from Rogers, if anything. And if anyone's interested in finding out more about Rogers, if you live in the south of England, I think they've got about 5 stores dotted around the south. I'll drop you a link to the one I use, which is in Plymouth, and from that you can go and find out where their other stores are and see if there's one near you. Right, let's go, because then I can hopefully cool down a little bit with these windows open. Oh, and big tease, where I park is a Costa here at the hospital, and I would be stopping in there to get a nice big cold brew on ice, and boy could I do with one right now, but obviously they're closed, so no cold brew for me, and I forgot to bring one with me, which is really annoying. I think that's tonic water. £4 for all them. These would be great for camping. So one box is £2, and you get, I think that means you get 12 45 gram pots, and the date on those is March 2020. As you know, I don't need pesto, but I would buy those if I didn't have any, because that's really nice pesto that Sackler make. Walk around the case of instant noodles. Mango pickle, bet that's nice. Mango chutney. Sweet pickle. So I can't see a price on these, but I'm going to get a box of those because they are really handy to have in the cupboard when I just want to feed Johnny a quick meal and I haven't got time to actually cook him rice from scratch. And there you can get 10 jars of Heinz mayo for just £4. The date on this was November. November 19. But again, that's going to be absolutely fine. Course, Struth, am I glad to be home. So after I went into Rogers, I then went to a massive Tesco and drove straight out again. Massive queue of people and trolleys trying to get in. Then I drove to a Lidl that was next door, and I kind of drove into the car park and drove straight out again. And then on the way home, there's another Lidl that I go right past, and I stopped in there, parked up easily, walked straight into the store, went round the store, came out, and there was a massive queue by the time I'd finished. So like, score! So I'm going to show you my shopping in a little bit, because honestly, there is nothing else I can show you today. That has been my day, all day in hospital, doing paperwork. And yeah, and I'm absolutely whacked. So I'm going to show you my shopping and I'm going to sign off for today. So I'm really sorry. Hopefully I can make tomorrow's video extra juicy for you. Okay, so first up, this was my Rogers haul. So these are, oh, I should have taken one of these out of the box. Hang on. Right, so these are those microwave pouches of rice, the ones that I use in a lot of my camper van videos. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not reading those ingredients out to you, but basically it says, oh, I didn't read that bit, I read that bit. I thought it was just whole grain brown basmati rice, but apparently it's also vegetables and quinoa. Well, that's very confusing, and I've bought 2 boxes of that. So these boxes were £3 each. There are 6 pouches in here. Now I also bought this peanut butter, and we've had this before from Rogers. This is called Colonel King, and 6 jars was £3. And the date on there is February 2020. This obviously is going to last us a very long time. But peanut butter that's fully sealed, never been opened, and if you can store it somewhere cool and dry, that's going to last for months. So we don't need to be buying peanut butter anytime soon. So that's all I got from Rogers. Then I went to the Lidl on the way home and I just got some loo paper and some kitchen roll. These were £2 something, and I love a diffuser in my bathroom. This one sounded rather nice, lime blossom and orange, so I treated myself to that. Free range chicken, their prices on free range chicken, it's £3.15 a kilo, and Lidl and Aldi do the absolute best price on free range chicken, so I had to get one of those. I got a couple of cans, well actually 4 cans of sardines in tomato sauce because I've been really enjoying them the last couple of days, as has Sassy Cat. Oh, I don't quite know what happened there. Yeah, I did wash my hands before I dived in, I promised. And some blueberries as well, just because. Some butter, and yeah, you knew that was coming, didn't you? I treated myself to this teeny weeny little jar. I can't remember the name of them. They haven't actually got the name on here. But they're really nice little pickled peppers. They're not hot, they're not chili peppers. They're like little bell peppers, but teeny weeny ones. They're really nice in a salad, and they look beautiful in salad photos. But that jar was £1.99. It's like extortionate. Spring onions that I will try not to let go crispy in the fridge. Some peppers. I also got some beef mince, 500 grams, plus some large mushrooms because I want to do like a spag bowl type thing. And this is my key for making this stretch further. So you can make a really cheap spag bowl or shepherd's pie or cottage pie or chili by using these. And you want to get, if you're trying to hide them, like Johnny doesn't love mushrooms, if you're trying to hide them in a dish, with beef anyway, I would recommend getting these ones that have got the really dark brown centre, because you just chop them up finely, cook it all together, and you've got a really deep, dark, umami, yummy meatiness. And nobody knows they're eating mushrooms, they just think they're eating beef. It's a brilliant money saver. And then weirdly over here, I have 2 pairs of very attractive garden shoes. You've probably seen me wear those little pink ones before. There's nothing wrong with my pink ones, I'm not throwing them away, but they are really hard to find farm shoes or garden shoes with a non-slip sole. Those ones, I've got a feeling I picked them up in a charity shop and they just have lasted me for ages, but I can't replace them. Even all the posh like garden centres, they have ones that are like this rubbery, foamy feeling. But as soon as they get a bit worn down and it rains like on slate or something, I just end up on my backside. They are so slippery and so dangerous. So I've been waiting like nearly a year for these to get back into Lidl, because they are really funny about how they sell stuff like this. It only comes around once a year. And also Mum's been after a pair of safer non-slip garden shoes too, so I happily found her a pair as well, and they were like £4.99 a pair, so brilliant value and just such good soles on them. I do believe that's it. Oh, I might just have to have another strawberry. Right, my lovelies, sorry for such a really dull, very short video. Like I say, hopefully normal service will resume tomorrow. As always, keep smiling, look after yourselves and each other, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. Take care.